Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. New hat. Baseball logo, LA Dodgers. Christmas time, bought myself a gift. Best baseball player of the year, 1941. Guess who? If you know your baseball history, you should guess it. Ted Williams. First win for him. He started his career in 1939, and he took off. 20 years old, batted .327 for his first year. Played 149 games, too. So it's a full year. Had 185 hits, .327. 1940, plays 144 games, bats .344. But 1941, he's the best baseball player that year. Why? Won 6 out of the 13 offensive categories. Batting average, .406. We know that. Last guy to do it. The year is 2023. And nobody else has hit 400 since Ted Williams in 1941. That's 59. Let me add it. 59 years plus 23 more. In the last 82 years, nobody has batted 400 in the major leagues. Yet before that, you had a lot of guys doing it. And even some guys did it 3 times, like Ty Cobb, Roger Hornsby, and Ed Delonte. So 6 categories for Ted Williams. He had the most home runs, 37. Most runs scored, 135. Slugging, 735. On base, 553. Walks, 147. 6 categories. And there are other guys playing that year that are pretty good, like a guy named Joe DiMaggio. DiMaggio had the most runs batted in, and he had the most total bases. That's only 2. Ted Williams, 6 of them. Let's look at his 1941 season in detail. 143 games. 456 at bats, because he had a lot of walks. 135 runs scored. That was the most. 185 hits. That's not the most. That year, Cecil Travis had 218. But Ted Williams had the most home runs of anybody in the National American League, 37. 1941, interesting year, because that's when Pearl Harbor got bombed later in the year, December 7th. But the 1941 season, Ted Williams, 120 RBIs, that wasn't the most. Like I said, Joe DiMaggio had 125. That was the most. 147 walks. That's a lot. If you could do 100 walks in a season, that in 150 games, it's almost a walk per game, 1 walk every other game almost. But here's the key stat for 1941. He bats .406. Last day of the season, doubleheader. Batting .399. Put me in the lineup, pencil me in. I go 6 for 8. And bat .406 for the year. Classic. That's Hall of Fame. That's clutch. 335 total bases. That wasn't the most. Joe DiMaggio had the most. He had 348. But Ted Williams' 1941 season, what a year. That's the year also that Joe DiMaggio had a 56-game hitting streak. You know, interesting, looking back, Joe DiMaggio started his career 1936, I believe. Yet he only has 1 win so far in the first 5 years. Ted Williams only has 1 win. The other guy, Hank Greenberg, I'll tell you, let's see, for the since 1936, that's when Joe DiMaggio came in. And then in 1939, Ted Williams comes in. 1936 is Lou Gehrig. 1937, Joe DiMaggio is 1 win. 1938, Jimmy Fox. 1939, Jimmy Fox. 1940, Hank Greenberg. Now, 1941, the first win for Ted Williams. Will he get more? I believe he will. 1941, we're going to give it to Teddy Ballgame. Splendid Splinter. 406. In the last 82 years, nobody else has gotten 400. Why? Tony Gwynn came close, so did George Brett, so did Rod Carew. Carew had a 388, Brett had a 390, and Gwynn had a 394, and guess what? They had a strike in the middle of August, and they didn't finish the season. Gwynn was on a pace. All you had to do was go 2 for 4 or 2 for 5 the rest of the way. He would have gotten 400. Will there be another 400 batting average season? I hope so. Okay, we're done with 1941. We're on a marathon, and we're going to go all the way to 2023. Stay tuned. Next video, 1942. Who wins it? Stay tuned. I'm out.